another reading vlog. Today is Monday and I'm going to be doing a reading vlog this week. If you guys watched my last video, you know that I'm currently in the process of moving, so all my books in my living room are all packed up. Everything except for this little bookshelf in my room and then also my TBR shelf and my TBR cart in my living room. The original plan was to do a book unhaul, but as I was going through some of my TBR books, I started to get an idea and I think it's a good idea. Still technically have about 3 weeks before I leave, and I feel like that is optimal time to try and knock out most of my TBR. Specifically, all of my big TBR books, which I think in this reading vlog or this week, my goal is just gonna be to knock out 2 series. If you watched my last video, you know that I read From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is a very, very popular romance fantasy book right now. I also want to kind of put the label of supernatural romance fantasy on it, because in this book we do have a lot of supernatural creatures. There are creatures in this book that are similar to werewolves and vampires and a lot of like traditional supernatural lore, but they go by different names. So for example, the shapeshifters in this book, they're called the Wolven, and even though it does look like a young adult book, I would definitely say it's new adult, so just be warned. I'm currently on book 2, which is Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and I'm about 170 pages into this book. It's getting so good. There's a very strong like love-hate romance. Our characters are kind of on the run now. I can't really say too much without spoiling you. I went online to order book 3 and I found out that book 4 just came out last month. I'm not supposed to be ordering books right now because I'm moving, but I ordered book 3 and 4. Also, while going through my TBR shelf and kind of deciding what I'm gonna keep and what I'm not gonna keep, totally forgot that Cassandra Clare's new series, this is the Last Hours series, I have book 1 and 2. The first book is Chain of Gold and the second book is Chain of Iron. Currently 100 pages into Chain of Gold. I'm not gonna lie, it's been about 2 years since I've read anything in the Shadowhunter world. Like all of her other series, in this series we are following ancestors of the characters from other books. I did have to go online and Google the Shadowhunter family tree because we're following characters who are like the great-great-grandparents of characters in the original Shadowhunter series, the children of the characters in the Infernal Devices series. In this book, we're following Cordelia Carstairs, and she is back in London, set in 1903 London, and she is trying to kind of get back into the Shadowhunter society. Dad is currently on trial for having done something wrong, so basically her whole family reputation is on the line right now, so she really needs allies, or she needs to become closer with other Shadowhunter families. They need to just try and make good connections while this whole trial is going on. So she's attending a ball right now, and she's basically trying to get to know all of the children or all of like the teenagers of the influential families in London. This is gonna be a week of reading big old books. That's what I'm gonna title this reading vlog, just the big old book reading vlog. It is currently 7 o'clock in the morning and I have to start working in 2 hours, so I'm gonna quickly get some coffee and read all the way up until I have to work and then come back and read some more. Forgot that the one thing I love the most about Cassandra Clare's books is how easy it is to just get lost in them. Like, it's such an easy read, but at the same time she doesn't skimp on the details. I forgot how much I missed being in the Shadowhunter world. Like, I'm so familiar with the Shadowhunter world. Granted, there are new characters, but just the world itself, it just feels so easy to fall back into. Also, this is the year 1902, so all these young ladies are like looking for husbands. I wish I could just read the whole day, but it's Monday. I will catch you at 6 or 7 p.m. so it'll be a huge time jump and I'll probably look a lot more tired than I am right now. I want to show you my little outfit of the day. I got this cute little top for like $12. Where did I order it from? I don't even know. Then I am on like day 3 of a wash and go. I decided to start doing finger coils again in my hair, and it just like makes the ends look so much better. At the bottom I just have leggings because I cannot work in anything else unless I just like don't have pants on. Anyways, I will catch you on my lunch break. Hello everyone! It is about 9:45 p.m. I got off work about 6 p.m. and I have been reading for the past 3 hours. I am halfway through Chain of Gold. Cassandra Clare has done it again. Why did I even doubt? I really am like kicking myself right now for thinking that I could just casually go into a Cassandra Clare book. Yeah, I'm reading Chain of Gold. This book just sucked me in, and I'm so invested now. So invested in these characters now. Every time I read a new Cassandra Clare book, I think I have like my favorite characters. The last series I read was the Lady Midnight series, and I was so invested in those characters. But I will say that Chain of Gold is coming pretty dang close. As much as I want to keep reading, I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out of my head, so I'm gonna stop here. I just totally put Kingdom of Flesh and Fire aside, and I'm just gonna fully just like focus on finishing this book because it is so good right now. So far, this book is wonderful, so I'm gonna go eat dinner, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and we'll see what happens to my children. So today is Wednesday. It is about 6 o'clock and I'm about to go drive. I apologize. I could not vlog yesterday because I was too busy finishing up this bad boy right here. I think the last time I updated, I was halfway through this book, and I kid you not, the second half I read all last night. I went to sleep at about 4:30 in the morning, and then I had to wake up at like 7, 8 o'clock. Like, I feel like I can officially say that the Last Hour series is my second favorite next to The Dark Artifices. So good at creating just really perfectly balanced friend groups. The way this book ended, like, I have never been so happy to have the second book in a series. I honestly feel so ashamed to be holding an advanced reader's copy because it has just been sitting on my TBR cart for months, and now I'm just sitting here like, wow, I really let this series sit there and just I could have read this book series so much sooner, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it because I'm reading it now. Also, while eating breakfast this morning, I started reading Unlock Your Storybook Heart by Amanda Lovelace. This is her newest poetry collection, so I'm just a couple poems in, and it's so nice to just be back in her writing as well. I think this is like her 6th or 7th poetry collection. She publishes like 1 or 2 a year. Sip on your coffee, read a little bit of poetry while you're getting up in the morning, get the vibes going. Let's get into this bad boy. I will update once I'm at some sort of emotional part of the book.
There's only one way to learn, and every phase you're going to be learning for, you know, the first time, and it sucks, but the good thing is you're done, you know what I mean? You didn't wreck, you know what I mean? You're almost, you know, that's fine. That was an almost.
Yeah. It was like 4 almost, like hitting another car. This is the first time where I've like finished the lesson and he didn't say anything. He was just like, he's like, we'll work on it. Like he was going through his whole little check mark, and he put a 0 next to one of the little checks on the box. So I know I like completely like failed something. Choice, right? It was horrible. It was all like 2s and 3s. My last driving lesson, I got like 7s, 8, 9s, and this one was like 1, 2.
You're paying to learn how to drive.
Yeah.
So when you learn how to do anything, whatever you're learning, you wouldn't need to learn how to do it if you already knew how to do it. So
yeah.
Part of learning is messing up.
Yeah. Hey guys, so it is 7:30 at night, and I just got back from like my 5th driving lesson, and it really sucked. Trying so hard to stay positive. I was just talking to my dad on the phone because I came home and I literally just wanted to cry. I signed up for a driving school, so the way it works is there's different levels. So my last 3-4 lessons, I was on level 1 and I was doing like really, really good. This lesson I got bumped up to level 2, which we drove on the highways for the first time. When I tell you, like, I literally almost crashed the car like 5 times. Like, I'm not used to going above 35, and And most of my driving lessons have been between like 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock at night, like after work, because that's the only time I had available. All my lessons have been at night. They've been really late where there's like no one on the streets. This was the first lesson that I had at like 5 o'clock during rush hour on the highway. It's been an hour since my lesson, so I feel like I've calmed down enough. I'm currently drinking tea and reading more poetry to just try and like decompress. I made a right turn when I wasn't supposed to make a right turn at an intersection because there was a big old sign that said no right turns, but I turned anyways and it was too late for me to like turn back, and I just was like, oh my god. I don't think you guys have ever seen my dad on this channel. He lives in Florida, but yeah, he was eating dinner and I called him during dinner and I'm like, Dad, I suck at driving. As soon as I walked through the door, I was like this close to having like a full-blown panic attack. So I called my dad and he like helped calm me down and be like, you're not gonna die, you're okay. Anyways, I'm feeling a little bit better, but I still feel like too stressed to focus on reading anything. So I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit of light reading and finish this poetry collection. Hey guys! Okay, so it is Saturday. I think the last time I checked in was either Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday and Friday I got super busy at work, but I still was able to get about 128 pages into Chain of Iron. Because I just finished Chain of Gold, I feel like this book is just continuing on from that book. Like it still feels like I'm reading the same book even though I'm already on book 2. I also finished Unlock Your Storybook Heart by Amanda Lovelace. This was the poetry collection that I've been reading like a little bit each morning and evening. And now I have to figure out which box I put her other books in because I packed them up. Finally, I am 265 pages into Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. I know I said I was just gonna like set this book aside until I finished Chain of Iron, but I couldn't help it. I had to go back. So I'm just about at the halfway point in this book and it is getting so good. And the 3rd and 4th book actually should be in the mail today. I ordered it earlier in the week. So happy with what I read this week. I feel like this vlog very accurately shows about how much I average in a normal work week. I read about a book and then got a little bit ways into the 2nd book in these 2 series, and also finished a poetry collection. I would consider this a successful reading week considering everything I had to do this week. Now I am officially packing up my TBR shelf. I went ahead and divided all the books into 2 little piles over here. So I have the books that I'm keeping and the books that I'm going to be donating. Most of the books I'm donating are books that have just been sitting on my shelf for so long and I really don't think I'm going to get to it. Aragon and Snow Like Ashes. I know some of you guys are huge fans of this book series. I did watch the movie and I've been telling myself that I've wanted to go back and like officially read the books, but I really don't think I'm gonna be getting to it anytime soon. Putting them in the donation pile. The majority of these books are young adult contemporary and I honestly don't think I'm gonna be getting to them anytime soon. I don't want to show you guys like all the titles because I don't want to offend anyone if any of these are like your favorite book series, but I just don't think I'm gonna be getting to a lot of these. I really have to be honest with myself and think like, am I gonna read these within the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? Probably not. So they're gonna go to a better home, to people who will actually like read and appreciate them. I think in total I have about 20 books that I'm gonna be donating and then around 20 books that I'm gonna be keeping. You guys have probably seen a lot of these TBR books because they've been TBR'd so many times, but I have Lisa C, Victoria Schwab, I have like 3 Julie Kagawa books that I know I want to read for sure. I just haven't had the time yet. These are staying on the TBR shelf and then hopefully I will read them soon. I finished packing up these 2 boxes. This one's the books I'm keeping and then these are the books that I'm donating. I'm gonna label them and then maybe tomorrow on Sunday I'll go ahead and take these to or is the public library open? I don't think the library is open tomorrow. I'll be taking these to a local library so that some other kids can enjoy them. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this week's reading vlog. Next week I'm going to be continuing reading this book and then also I have a couple other TBR books that I haven't showed you that I'm going to be reading next week because I still have about 2 weeks left before I leave, so I'm going to just try and get through as many books as I can before packing them up. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Until next time, keep reading and I will talk to you later. Bye!